Hi and welcome back. Today I have a first impression, sort of do it with me for the first time video for you. Now, if you've been here for a little while, you probably know that I'm a big fan of microneedling. I've made quite a few videos on microneedling. I will link them all down below. In all of those videos, aside from one, where I actually use a derma roller, in all the other videos I used a microneedling device called the Derminator. While that is a fine microneedling device and has given me great results, there are unfortunately some issues with the device and the company itself, which is why so many of you have asked me to please try a Dr. Pen, give you my opinion and compare the two. I finally ordered a Dr. Pen. It came in the mail today and I'm super excited. So in today's video, I will try this for the first time with you. I have not even opened this. I did take the wrapper off just to make sure it was authentic, and I will tell you about that in a second. But in today's video, we will try this together for the first time. I will let you know what I think, how it compares to the Derminator and even a derma roller. Now, first of all, I ordered the Dr. Pen Ultima M8. Dr. Pen has several different models and it can be quite confusing, but after a lot of research, I decided on the Ultima M8. However, if you have a favorite Dr. Pen model, please share down below. I would love to know. So I have the Ultima M8 and I also ordered a bunch of different cartridges. I have some nano cartridges right here. And nano needling is something I am really excited about starting because I was not able to nano needle with the Derminator. So I have some nano cartridges. I also have some 36-pin cartridges right here, which will be great for cosmetic needling. And then lastly, I have some 16-pin cartridges, which will be great for medical microneedling. Now, if you're not familiar with the difference between nano needling, cosmetic needling, and medical microneedling, I actually made a video on that. I will link it down below. But in a nutshell, nano needling does not actually involve needles. But nano cartridges have tiny little cones. And these cones, of course, don't pierce the stratum corneum, the outer layer of our skin, but they slightly separate the cells of the stratum corneum, which then allows for better product penetration. So nano needling is for product penetration and can be done quite frequently. Cosmetic needling uses a needle length of 0.2 to 0.3 millimeters. So these needles do pierce the stratum corneum and enter into the epidermis. So they're still quite superficial. Cosmetic needling is also for product penetration, but product penetrates deeper than with nano needling. Medical microneedling uses a needle length of 0.5 millimeters or longer. So again, these needles pierce the stratum corneum, and at 0.5 millimeters or longer, we enter into the dermis. In the dermis, we create a controlled injury, which sets off a cascade of reactions, eventually leading to more collagen and elastin production. So medical microneedling is also known as collagen induction therapy. Now, since I have never nanoneedled, I am going to nanoneedle with you today and I'm really excited. But first of all, let me show you what is in here and also how to make sure that your pen is authentic, because unfortunately there are quite a few fake products on the market. So when you get your Dr. Pen, it should have a label like this on it. I would say if your Dr. Pen does not come with this label, it is most likely not authentic. So I already scratched my numbers off here and then gave them into this website. And you can see my pen is authentic. Now you can only check one time to see if your pen is authentic. You can see right here, it gives me the date and time that I checked. So this is authentic, and actually there wasn't any doubt in my mind that it might not be, because before I ordered this, I researched for weeks. You can get Dr. Pens on Amazon, on eBay, on many different websites, and many of these websites will tell you that they are the only authorized Dr. Pen dealer. To my knowledge, there is no such thing. All of these are made in China, and then companies just sell them. However, there are quite a few fake products on the market, which is why it is important to make sure that your pen is authentic. Now, like I said, before ordering this, I researched for weeks. I wrote to some companies asking, are your pens authentic? They never wrote me back. The company I eventually got this from wrote me right back. They were super responsive, super nice, and they also seemed very responsible. They actually sent this pen to me here to the hotel, which wasn't easy. And I had such a great experience with them that I actually asked them if they could offer a discount code to us. And they said yes. And I'm really excited about that because it is nice to know that I can send you to a company that sells legit Dr. Pens. But let's take a look and see what is in here. Like I said, I haven't even opened it. I just took the wrapper off. So it comes in a box, and let's see, there are 2 cartridges in here, and these are 16 pin cartridges, so great for medical microneedling. Then there is the pen in a nice sleeve. Let's take a look. Oh, that's beautiful. It feels really light, but also quite sturdy. So again, this is the Ultima M8. And then the only other thing that is in here is the charger cable. I have the European plug, but of course, depending on your country, they will give you the right plug. So I'm going to plug this in right now and charge it because I doubt it is fully charged. Now the Ultima M8 can actually be used plugged in or not plugged in. Once this is fully charged, the battery lasts for 4 hours. So that's great. But I'm going to plug it in right now, wash my face because I have some sunscreen on, and then we will nano needle together. All right, my face, neck, and chest are clean. I have my pen and it is plugged in. Now, like I said, the Ultima M8 can be used plugged in or not plugged in. But since this is not fully charged yet, I will use it plugged in. I also have my nano cartridge, and I'm going to take this out of here. And then it just clicks in right here. So it's nice and secure. And what's nice about these is they have this little protector right here. But when I take this off, you might be able to see the tiny little cones. Now for these cones to actually come out of the cartridge, I have to set this pen on 2.5 millimeters. So let's do that. And that is incredibly hard to see. There are numbers etched in right here, which are really difficult to see, but that is how you dial in the depth. So I'm going to need my glasses for that one. Okay, so it is on 0 right now, and I'm going to turn it all the way over to the right to 2.5 millimeters. So I have it on 2.5 millimeters right now, but you probably won't be able to see that. But you can see that the cones are actually now out of the cartridge. Now, the nice thing about nano needling is that I can infuse all kinds of beautiful serums. If you have seen some of my other microneedling videos, I usually medical microneedle. And with medical microneedling, since we are entering the dermis, we have to be very careful about what we use while medical microneedling and even for a while after. So usually all I use is high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. With nano needling, I can again infuse all kinds of beautiful serums. So today I'm going to use this right here. This is a new serum I have been trying by Audacity, and this is a vitamin C serum. So with medical microneedling, we don't want to medical microneedle with vitamin C. Some experts disagree, but there are some studies that have shown that if we medical microneedle with vitamin C, it can actually cause granulomas. So why risk it? With nano needling, we don't have to worry about that since we don't enter the dermis. So I'm going to apply this right now to my face. And again, since I don't enter the dermis, I don't have to worry so much about hygiene. I can just touch my face with my hands, which are of course washed, but I don't have to worry so much about it like I do with medical microneedling. So I'm going to apply a generous layer right here, so I also have some slip. And then I'm going to turn this on. I think it's actually fully charged, but just in case, I'm going to leave it plugged in. So this has 6 different speeds, 1 being the slowest and then 6 being the highest. So I am going to maybe try a 4 and see how that goes. So here we go. This is so quiet, it's amazing. So what I like to do, I like to always do tiny little circles when I microneedle. Now this is an interesting sensation. There is 0 pain. All I really feel is just some vibration. So I want to make sure I cover my cheek nicely without going over a particular area too much. But like I said, there is 0 pain, it just vibrates. And this again helps to separate the cells of the stratum corneum, so the outer layer of the skin, for this beautiful vitamin C serum to go in there a bit deeper. Now I'm going to come a bit closer because I can't really see what I'm doing. I don't have a mirror here. So I'm gently and slightly going to just pull down right here because I don't want to go past the ocular bone right here, but I'd like to get a bit closer to my lash line. So there we go. Now I'm going to cover my cheek vertically. So I'm going to do the same thing, tiny little circles. So I'm basically doing the same movement here as when I'm medical microneedling. And you can see I'm getting a bit red. That is just circulation, and also some of it is from the vitamin C serum. But again, there is 0 pain. It's just a bit of a vibration. So I think I covered my whole cheek nicely. Again, it's hard to see because I don't have a mirror right here, but I do think I covered it nicely. So now I will do the same thing on the other side. So I will take a generous amount of vitamin C, and you can use just about any serum that you want to penetrate just a bit deeper when you are nano needling. But vitamin C, I think, is a great choice. But again, you can infuse any serum of your choice. And I like to, again, go in these tiny little circles and then cover an area horizontally. So I keep going back and forth without overlapping too much, just sort of setting the treated areas next to each other. But you could go in a grid pattern, you could go however you want. This is just what I am used to. This way I make sure I cover the whole area and I don't over-treat. So again, this is an interesting sensation. It does not hurt at all. It's just sort of this vibrating sensation that almost makes you want to sneeze. So I'm going to take these 2 fingers once more, gently just pulling my skin down a little bit so I get closer to my lash line. And now I will do the same thing vertically. And of course I will do the same thing on my chin, around my mouth and my forehead, using a generous amount of vitamin C serum here. And then lastly, we'll do the forehead, or not lastly, I'm also going to do my neck and my chest. And again, you can see I'm a bit red, but that is just circulation, and some of it is probably from the vitamin C serum. I don't use vitamin C on a regular basis. I don't use it on a daily basis. So for me, this is something I want to use when nano needling, but my skin can definitely be sensitive to vitamin C depending on what form of vitamin C. So ascorbic acid is a bit rough for my skin, but this is actually a vitamin C derivative. But regardless, you can see it's making me a little bit red, but I do also think that a lot of it is circulation, which is a good thing. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on my neck as well as my chest. So you can see I'm quite generous with the serum. I like having a bit of a slip too, and I really want to infuse this into my skin, especially on my neck and chest where I have quite a bit of sun damage. I'm hoping that infusing some vitamin C right there is going to help. So let me turn this off, or actually in fact, let me show you really fast. So there's only this one button, and it is the on and off button, but it also dials the speed up or down. So I'm at 4 right now. If I press it 5, 6, then it goes back to 1, 2, and so on. If I hold it for a second, it turns off or on. So quite easy. So far I love this. First of all, I really like that I can use it plugged in or not plugged in. That definitely gives me much more flexibility. The Terminator always has to be plugged in. Though I would say if I am near a plug when using this, I would probably plug it in just in the hope that it would give me a nice steady power source. But as I mentioned, once this is fully charged, and once it's fully charged, this light will turn green, then the battery lasts for 4 hours. So I do love that I can use it plugged in or not plugged in. I love how quiet it is. The Terminator is so loud, and every time I made a video for you, I had to mute it and then talk over it. So this is nice and quiet, which is definitely a plus. I do like that it has 6 different speeds. Again, much more flexibility. It feels nice and light, yet sturdy. And I do love that I can nano needle with it. Now, nano needling is something I want to do at least once a week. Like I said, this is the first time I've done it, but I would like to do it at least once a week, maybe more frequently. But I also want to do some cosmetic needling. And then of course, about every month or so, I medical microneedle. So I just have to see how it fits in. But I'm definitely excited that I can nano needle. So far, it just fully charged. So you can see the light is now green. So far, I really like this. I'm excited to play around with it more, do some cosmetic needling, some medical microneedling. If you want to see some videos on that, let me know down below. But so far, I really like it. Thank you for pushing me to finally try it. And like I said, I am excited to play around with it more. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can see I definitely have a nice glow from the nano needling and the vitamin C. But of course I am quite red, which hopefully won't last for too long. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below. You know, I always love to hear from you. And let me know if you have a Dr. Pen, and if so, which is your favorite model? I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.